What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Caveman Aquatics live stream. Happy Friday, everybody. This is the first time I ever do a live stream on a Friday, so hopefully we get some people to come in and hang out with us Friday night, for a little bit, not all the way deep into the night. But thank you to all you guys that are here right now, to all you guys that got here nice and bright and early. I'm about to shout you out in a second. But also, thank you guys, everyone that's catching the replay right now. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section, replay squad, so I can thank you correctly. But for now, let's check who got here nice and early. My guys that get here super early all the time. Let me scroll to the top as far as I can. I see Los Angeles Cichlid got here super early. I think he was here like at 5 o'clock, a whole hour in advance. My man David has been here. What's up, David? 5QC. I think it's his first time here from Canada. Thank you for coming, bro. Who else? Oink Master Supreme here super early. Thank you. Who else we got here? All the early birds. Bill 558 was here super early. My man General 51 super duper early. I love it. Oink Master. Shoaib is back. Shoaib, I remember you, but you were here nice and early, so that's cool. From Connecticut. I like it. MJK 5020 from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Welcome, bro. I know it's got to be hot down there today because it's kind of warm up here in New York, so I know it's hot over there. Let me hit this real quick. Okay, who else we got? Oh, El Bori Decora. It's from PA. I'm sorry if I butchered that, bro, but it's hard to read some of these names sometimes. Let me scroll and see who else was here. Cheryl is here. Rick is here. Greg is here. Guys, Lulu24 is here. Thank you to all of you for being here nice and bright and early. Guys, we're going to have a cool show today because I got a little story to tell. I hope it's entertaining. I promise it won't take that long because I know we want to get into the Q&A, which is everybody's fun part. But first, before we get into that, guys, let me first say this. We got some points going on. Hopefully, it's working. I don't see the bot in the chat. Let me scroll to the bottom. The bot is working. So, guys, we got some points going on. For those of you that are new here, you are already accumulating points because you're here on the stream. At the end of the live stream, I'm going to do a little free giveaway. It's free, but the way you purchase your tickets to enter the giveaway is with the points that you're accumulating right now. What am I giving away? I'm going to let you know right now, guys. Not a t-shirt as usual. We've done the merch already a few times. This time we're giving away the big gallon bucket of Chem Matrix. I think this is, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks, something like that. We're giving away a big whole thing of Matrix to one lucky winner today. You're going to use your points to get into the raffle at the end of the stream, okay, guys? And check it out. For those of you that don't remember or you're new here and you're not sure how these points work, I got you covered. I'm going to explain it really, really quick. So you're in here in the stream already. You're earning points right now. Every 5 minutes, you're going to earn 5 points just for sticking with me and hanging out. All right. Every time you comment in the chat, you're going to get 2 points for live chat comments. If you send a super chat, you're going to get 10 points. If you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get 15 points. And if you become a member, you get 20 points. Okay, guys? And here's the other big kicker. These points that you're accumulating do not ever go away. If you don't use them right now in this stream, they will accumulate and you can use them in the next stream for a different prize. Whatever. Maybe one day you could spend 400, 500, 1,000 points on something huge that I decide to give away. Who knows? The point is you keep your points the whole time. All right, guys? Hopefully I made this little image here for you guys just to make sure that everybody's aware of what's going on. I see some members already coming in. My man Steve-O with 10-month badge. Steve-O got 10 months as a member, my man. Okay. We talked about the points. We talked about the giveaway. Let's get into it now. Story time, guys. So, I get this question a couple of times, here and there from a few people. Why Caveman? How Caveman? Where did you even come up with that? Why is it spelled incorrectly? Okay, so to begin, many years ago, I would say about like 10 years ago, I was heavy into playing poker. So much so that I was having home games in my house with just my couple of close friends. From that little home game with 2 or 3 guys, sometimes 4 guys, we moved the game into my garage. The game got a little bigger, turned into 5 or 6 or 7 guys. We were having weekly games. It was a lot of fun. I was super into it. And we were just using like this crummy, foldable table, a table that just folded out. And at first we would just keep the table on our laps, and play on our laps. Or, you know, as time progressed, we evolved the game. You know, I put a little fridge in my garage for the drinks. We had a little heater for us in the garage. It was super cool, but super like ghetto. But we were loving it because we were playing some poker. It was cool. So eventually it got to the point where, you know, my friends started telling other friends and then meeting new people, and more people wanted to come and join the game. So we needed to have a bigger table. So because I loved it so much, I decided to go out and purchase a poker table. And I found a website online that makes custom poker tables for you. And this custom poker table, you have to choose a design template. There's a certain number of templates that it comes with, and you choose the template that you want. The only custom part of the template is that you get these big yellow circles, the 2 big circles on the edge of the tables that you can put anything you want in those circles. Most people put numbers or letters or whatever it is. So because me being as impatient as I usually am, I can't, you know, wait to get this order in and get this thing start to get made and get it shipped to me. I want my table right away, you know, before the next game. Right off the top of my head, I just put my initials in there. My name is Kevin Matos, so I put KM right into those 2 circles. Didn't even give it a second thought. You guys know where this is going already, right? So let me show you the table, guys, because this thing is cool. I'm not just talking here. I'm not just talking, making up stories here, guys. I got it for you. Check it out. Tell me this is not a beautiful, beautiful poker table. I love this table. I loved it when it came. We had so much fun playing on this thing. As you can see, we got some chips, we got some cards. A friend of mine even became the dealer for us. So we had a specific dealer dealing for us. It was like a, you know, a poker game in the movies, except it was in my garage, in my little dungeon, in my little cave. See where I'm going, right, guys? Okay, so as the game got bigger and progressed and more people came and it got really cool and really fun, I decided to name my poker game, because I'm all about like branding and stuff. I want to brand everything all the time. So I was like, let's name this game so that when we tell people about it, we can say, hey, come to so-and-so's game, right? So because I had already put the K and the M on the table, my initials, I had to think of something that started with KM. And if you think about it, trying to figure out a name for a poker game that starts with a K is like super difficult. Very hard. The M, you know, you could figure the M out. M is easy. But the K was like, it was blowing my mind. Guys, if you could think of a great name for a poker game that has the initials KM, go ahead, put it in the chat. I want to hear what you guys are saying. But I couldn't figure one out. I was like, Caveman poker, kitten mouse poker, you know, it's like, I couldn't figure it out. So I eventually had to just think outside the box and say, you know what? This K thing is not going to work out for a good poker name. So maybe I just got to think of some other word and just use the K for it anyway. And I thought of this while I was sitting in my garage, ghetto as heck, tiny little space, and I felt like I was in a cave. And it just clicked, and it became Caveman with a K. That's why it's misspelled. That's where Caveman came from. That table is from 10 years ago, guys. And then naturally, of course, when my aquarium hobby blew up and I got really into this and I wanted to start a channel, Caveman Poker became Caveman Aquatics. There you have it, guys. Now you guys know where Caveman came from. It is a genuine story. I got the table to prove it. Okay? There it is. Hope you guys enjoyed that little story. I told you it was going to be brief. It was going to be brief. And now, guys, before, I know you guys were going crazy in the chat. Let me see. I got a bunch of members. My people are becoming members. Let me shout them out real quick. Jeff Thompson is here. Welcome, Jeff. Glad you're here. 10 months as a member of the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see who else, if this is going to allow me to do this. Kim Gaither is a new member, a Little Fry member. Welcome, Kim. Guys, help me welcome Kim to the membership. Everybody that's already a member, help me welcome Kim. Let's see who's this member right here. This thing is moving really slow. You know what, guys? I'm going to close this whole window because maybe I'm lagging. I hope I'm not lagging for you guys. I'm going to close that whole window. Get that out of there. David got an 8 months membership. My man David is here with 8 months. Everybody else doing it. Ha, ha, ha. I don't know what that is, but I guess you did it too. Let's see. David has been around for a long time. This is going super slow right now. I hate it when this computer acts like that. El Body Decora has become a Lil Fry member. Welcome, bro. Thank you for your membership. I appreciate you. Let's see who else is here. One last member is up here. I gotta wait for this thing to let me click it because it's moving slow. Stephanie McGettigan. Stephanie McGettigan became a Lil Fry member. Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome to the membership. Appreciate you. And while we're talking about these membership guys, before we start right into the Q&A, you guys know what I gotta do. I gotta tell you about my sponsor, right? My sponsor is gonna be super quick. It's my book. My $5 ebook, $10 paperback book. If you're having any problems with keeping your water crystal clear and keeping that cloudiness away, it could be due to multiple reasons. And when people ask me for that kind of advice, it's almost impossible to help because there's so many different things that could be causing your water to be cloudy and dingy looking. I put it all in one place, guys. Even if you're not a big reader, it's not a long book. It's very short, but it's very to the point. $5 on ebook, $10 on paperback. Check it out, pick it up. And if it doesn't help you in any way, let me know. I send your money right back and you can keep the book. How's that? Last plug I'm going to give for you guys that we've already been going through, guys, is the membership. If you don't know about the membership, this is it. We got a Lil Fry, we got a Studs, and a Tank Boss level. The Tank Boss level membership gets you members only live streams just like this one, but it's a tiny little small group of us. And we get really into detail with each other. We go back and forth for an hour every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we do a little members only live, and it's cool. It's like a nice tight family. So check that out. One of the best ways to support the channel is through your membership. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. It's Q&A time, guys. We got here quick. And hopefully the chat is moving and rocking. So here's what we're going to do today, guys, because I'm kind of learning my lesson as I've been going and answering the questions one by one, guys, one after the another. Yes, it's good to not skip anybody's questions, which is exactly what I want to do. I don't want to skip any. I want to help as much as I can. But then what happens is that I get backed up and I end up answering questions that were asked like 10 minutes ago. And then it almost doesn't feel like a real live stream. So I am going to be jumping around a bit, guys. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm gonna grab 2 or 3 questions, and then I'm gonna just scroll to the bottom again every time and grab those questions. That's how it's gotta be. If you want your question answered immediately, as usual, a super chat will get your question answered immediately. But that's how we're gonna roll this today. Let's see how it works. Hopefully it works pretty good. All right, let's keep it going. I'm looking for my first question all the way at the bottom. I see my man Tony. So Tony gets the first reading of the night. Have a great night, guys. Oh, Tony's leaving us. Unfortunately, bedtime calling. Enjoy every one of you. Thank you, Tony, for being here. Appreciate you staying up late with us. Mad Max deleted his message, deleted by Streamlabs. Sorry about that, Mad Max. I don't know why. Let me view it. I could view it. Let me see what's going on. Oh, Mad Max, you cannot spam with text. Send that message again without all text. Rich says this thing is moving. You guys are moving. Rich D. Olive Man. Rich D. Olive Man. Is Paragard good for fin repair and iCloud? Yes, Paragard is good for all of that stuff. It's a very broad spectrum medication. It's definitely going to help you out. Absolutely. Ashton Dennis says, I'm setting up a 75-gallon South American cichlid tank, and I added matrix media for my cycle 20-gallon, and the ammonia is high. Is lowering? Okay, it's lowering. But the nitrate levels are getting really high really fast. Is it normal? I don't know if it's normal, but what I can tell you right now is if your nitrates are really high right now already as we speak, if they're over about 40 parts per million, go ahead and do your water change right now to get those nitrates down and remove any of the ammonia or nitrite that may be in the tank. Might as well get it out now because you already have high nitrates anyway. Start over after your water change with prime and stability. And keep doing that every single day until your tank is fully cycled. Your 75-gallon South American cichlid tank. See, if you're putting more fish or bigger fish into that 75-gallon than you had in your 20-gallon, whatever bacteria you had on that seeded media was only good enough or the right amount for that specific amount of fish you had in the 20-gallon. So now if you take that media, put it into a bigger tank that has more fish or bigger fish that create more ammonia, you're not going to have enough bacteria. You need to grow more. So that may be a reason why you got that little spike right there. But do what I told you and you'll be fine. Let me see. I got a new member just popped in. Is that Oink Master? No, PD became a member, Lil Fry. Thank you, PD. Appreciate you. Oink Master has been a member for 5 months. Do you have a favorite light system for your tanks? I do, Oink Master. I use Current USA on both those big tanks. Guys, I forgot. I'm sorry. You don't got to stare at my mug all the time. I got other views for you guys. You got to check out other stuff. Let's check the Africans out. They're doing good. They're looking good. Guys, for those of you that don't know or haven't been like watching the new videos, my substrate is black now. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, Current USA for both my big tanks. I love it. It works great. It's has automatic timer, shut off, natural daytime light into full spectrum, and then nighttime light, all that good stuff. It's great. See where we're at. I see the questions are coming. I'm jumping to the bottom because it's moving too much. Jeff Thompson says Current USA all day. I know my man Jeff agrees. He's got those same lights. Stephanie says people keep saying that 0 nitrates means my tank isn't cycled, but it's been up for about 5 months. Well, Stephanie, if you have a bunch of live plants in your tank, it's very possible that your tank might stay at 0 nitrates. If you don't have live plants, I highly doubt that your tank will have 0 nitrates. So that's the difference right there, Stephanie. Either you have live plants, that makes sense. If you don't have live plants, something's wrong. Either you're testing incorrectly, maybe your tank isn't cycled yet. That's what the issue is. Hope that made sense. Is this another member came in here? No, I got PewDiePie already. Go away, go away. Click away. Super Chat 149, Andre Mangano 149. I guess that's a super sticker. Thank you, Andre, for the 149. Appreciate you, bro. Tamika Simmons, it looks great. Thank you, Tamika. Thank you very much. Agent Shadow Wolf, welcome back, bro. Hey, Kev, love the live streams. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Chris G just became a member. Welcome, Chris G. Thank you so much. You're going to enjoy that. Patrick is in the building. What up, Caveman fam? What up, Patrick? Bronx Bomber says, Fishy Biz, what up? Oh, Fishy Biz is here. Did I miss it? I guess I missed Fishy Biz, but if you're here, welcome, Fishy Biz. I see you, Mad Max. Mad Max, yo, Kev, I got both of my 75-gallon tanks up and running with Black Diamond Sand. One African cichlids, the other South American cichlids. That's dope. That's great. I love it. Kind of like these guys, except that I still have white sand in my American tank. Check out the Americans, guys, for a little bit. You guys haven't seen them yet. They're doing good, too. But that's great, man, Max. Glad to hear that your tanks are doing well, bro. Let's see. Let me scroll to the bottom. I see PD. I try to keep 10 in my tank, but the main guys keep killing the new guys off. They're savage. How do I stop this? PD, if you have African cichlids, there's a specific way of how you want to add new guys. You don't want to add just 1 or 2. The other guys are gonna do that. They're gonna destroy them. Love Dreamin' Drone is a member for 3 months. Thank you, Love Dreamin' Drone. Fuzz on plants, ammonia 2 parts per million. Okay, I'll get to it. I didn't realize you had a question too. So let me go back to that other question. Was I lost it? That was PewDiePie. PD. Yeah, you want to add at least 3 to 5 fish at the same time, and a very good tactic is to do it during a water change. So do a big water change, get everybody nice and confused and worried about the water change and, you know, distracted, and then add your 3 to 5 guys in there and then fill the tank back up. That is one of the best ways to add new fish into the tank. Any less than 3 at a time and you're going to have the other guys attack them. That's just, it's natural in an African tank. Stephanie, okay, I only have about 5 plants. Thanks, but my tank is only 25 gallons. Maybe that's why. Those 5 plants might be doing it. It's only a 25 gallons, so it's a small tank. Your 5 plants could absolutely be keeping your nitrates at 0 if you don't have too many fish in the tank and there's not that much ammonia being converted all the way to nitrate. It's very possible. Very possible, Stephanie. So back to Love Dreamin' Drone with the question. Fuzz on my plants. Ammonia's 2 parts per million. That's no good. 0 nitrite, 25 parts per million nitrate. Your tank is not cycled. If you have 2 parts per million of ammonia, Love Dreamin' Drone, your tank is not cycled. If you have fish in there already, you need to start with prime and stability. Since you got 2 parts per million of ammonia already, you want to double dose the prime. So each dose of prime is going to handle 1 part per million of ammonia. Since you got 2, do a double dose and do that every day until your tank cycles. When you reach 40 parts per million of nitrate, do your first water change. Oink Master Supreme says, I'm so glad the blasting sand worked out for you. Me too. I do like it very much in my tank. It's very sparkly. I remember that you said you switched to white, but you had black for a long time. So I understand where you're coming from. I love my white sand for a long time too, up until I tried something new, and now I love this a lot. It could just be the fact that it's new. You know what I'm saying, guys? When you change your tank up, you put a new piece of decor, move stuff around, and it's new and it's different, you're like, oh, it looks great. So I may be feeling that right now. I love the newness of it. But I hear you, Oink Master. Thank you. Perry Washington says, how many cichlids for my 75-gallon tank? I had about 25 to 30 adult African cichlids in my 75-gallon tank, but you will need to overfiltrate. I had an FX6 and a Fluval 407 on a 75-gallon tank because I needed to overfiltrate. My man Patrick is flossing right now. 16 months as a member. Patrick is in the building. Sick of seeing Deep V Herd on your TikTok. Follow the Caveman for fish talk. I don't know who Deep V Herd is, but guys, listen to Patrick. I got a new TikTok. Same handle, Caveman Aquatics. Go over there and follow, guys. I'm trying to grow it and build it so I could do some TikTok lives later on in the future as well. Thank you, Patrick, for shouting that out. Fishy Biz Aquatics is in the building. My man is here. That's Drew. Thank you for the $5, my bro. You're going to make me reconsider my live streaming platform. Loving the different views and transitions. Keep is popping like those cichlids. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know. Let me show you a good one. This is one of my favorites right here. The 3-peat. The 3-window right here. But thank you, bro. I like your style too. So, guys, if you haven't checked out Fishy Biz Aquatics live streams, go check him out. He does them on Monday nights. He does cool interviews with some very unique type questions. Check out Fishy Biz. Oh, guys, I didn't tell you. I did put it in this thing right here, but I didn't mention it, guys, about the points. Because I haven't even seen it once in the chat. Oh, it's not here. That's why. Okay, that makes sense why you guys didn't know. So, guys, to check your points, to track your points throughout the stream, to make sure you're getting the points that you should be accumulating, you want to write in the chat exclamation point points, and that will show you how many points you currently have. Go ahead and try it now, guys. Check it out. But I will tell you this. Once you use that command one time, you cannot use it again for another 5 minutes. The reason for this is so that you guys are not spamming this all over the chat and then I don't find any questions. All I see is people checking their points like that right now. So after you use it, 5 minutes, you can't use it again, but you could use it again 5 minutes later. Okay, I'm glad I told you that, guys, because now everybody's checking it. Cool. And so far, it seems like the bot is working pretty good. All right. So while you guys check those points, let me see who else became a member. Rick. My man Rick is a Little Fry member. Thank you, Rick. Welcome to the membership. And one more is here. We got, let me see who this is. If it lets me click it. If you allow me to click here, please. It's not letting me. It just has a C on it. And it's not letting me see. There it is. Cody Ayala. Welcome to the membership. I appreciate you, Cody. Thank you very much. Okay, now you guys are definitely checking your points out. Let me scroll up to some questions before I told you guys to check your points. Let's see. Chris G says, looks great. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Let me get out of this. Sometimes I forget which window I'm in, guys, and I stay stuck there. Prince Architect has a good question. Can Metroplex harm certain fish? I had a blue... Metroplex is pretty safe. It's a pretty mild medication. I had a blue ram, and he died after I dosed with Metroplex. And I dosed as instructed. All my other fish were fine. I highly doubt it was the Metroplex. It's a very safe... medication, and it's even safe if you overdose it a little bit too. So I highly doubt it's the Metroplex, but sorry for that loss, bro. Let me scroll up to find out a question. Rick says, is adding aquarium salt a little after water changes? I do. What? Is adding aquarium salt, I guess you're asking if aquarium salt is good after water changes? Aquarium salt can be helpful, guys. Excuse me. It can be... it can be helpful for certain things. It can be helpful to help heal beat up fish. It can be helpful with some diseases. But it's something that you don't want to use all the time, every time. Because, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's kind of used in, it's kind of like if you use a vitamin pill way too much, or any kind of medication that you use way too much, you begin to just become almost immune to the medication. Let's say, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Let's say like hand sanitizer. If you use hand sanitizer or antibacterial soap all the time, eventually bacteria is going to figure out how to get past that antibacterial soap, right? Because that makes sense. So if you use aquarium salt all the time, eventually it's going to lose its effectiveness. So don't use it all the time. Use it sparingly if you really wanted to. It does help, but you don't need it every single water change. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let me keep it moving. Let me scroll to the bottom. I got plenty of stuff here. Kim Gaither is at the bottom. I run an FX4 and an FX6 plus an HOB for filtration on my 125. I have two 8-inch blood red parrots right now. That's a lot of filtration. Probably more than you need, Kim, but it's not doing any damage. You're totally fine with all that filtration. I'm sure your water is crystal clear. And if you got it running, might as well leave it on there running. You're good, Kim. Oh, Rick is here again. Okay, thanks. I use a little after water change. Thanks. No problem, Rick. Debbie Lopez says, technically challenged. How can I join? I think you can do exclamation point members. That was Debbie. Debbie, in the chat, try putting exclamation point member, and that'll bring up a link where you could become a member and join. I believe, if that's correct. Let me try it. Will it do it for me? I forgot how to spell member. Listen to John, guys. Los Angeles Sixers says smash the like button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that so we can get the stream out to more people. Wedding Song says, how do you become a member? It did work, guys. Join the membership for exclusive perks not available anywhere else. Click that link right there, guys, that Streamlabs just put at the bottom of the link, and that's how you join. Guys, if you need to figure out how to do any kind of commands, there should be a list somewhere, and I forgot where it is. There's some new members in here. Nope, I got those. Okay, let's keep it going. Rocky and Miles says, is Purigen good to use along with other media as regular filter maintenance? I don't know what you mean by filter maintenance, but yes, Purigen is good to use with other media. If you mean other biomedia, yes. If you mean other chemical media, yes. I've used Purigen and ChemiPure Blue together at the same time, but I found out through trial and error that they're both equally just as good, one or the other by themselves. It doesn't make your water any more clearer if you use both of them. You could only use one or the other, and you get the same result. If you meant biomedia, yes, totally safe to use Purigen with other biomedia. I see Kim Gay there again. I'm adding 2 yellow 3-inch parrots and have 3 quarter-size platinum parrots that'll be going in the tank too. Okay, that's very cool. Love Dreamin' Drone got $1 in there. Is that a super chat? Why didn't it pop up top? Thank you for the $1, Love Dreamin' Drone. Appreciate you. Love Dreamin' Drone, thoughts on diatoms on plants? I don't mess with plants too much, so I can't help you out too much with plants. I'm not the plant expert because I don't keep any real plants. But diatoms is usually something that goes away on its own with time as your tank matures. I'm assuming that should happen to your plants too. P.S. Rifle sweatshirt fits perfect. That's right, you won the sweatshirt. I'm glad it fits perfect. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you got it and you're liking it. That's cool. Thanks for the update. Miguel says, hey Kevin, treating my yellowtail accident with ick X for 3 weeks. Should I stop for treating clamp dorsal fin? That's a tough one. Treating my yellowtail accident? Okay, I guess that's a fish. I don't know if that's a fish or not. For you treating ick X for 3 weeks. If you're treating for ick, I think the best way to treat for ick is to stop doing that ick X because you're just adding so much medication into that tank. The best thing for ick is to raise your tank's temperature. Raise it to 86, 88, maybe even 90, and you'll see the white spots fall off the fish. Make sure to vacuum your gravel to get all that stuff out of the tank, and that should be the best thing for the fish. Also, make sure you're keeping your water clean. If he's got clamped fins, something's going on there too. $4.99 from Wally Gomez. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Wally. How do you fix brown algae? Thanks, Primo DR. Oh, my man's from Dominican Republic. Me gusta, me gusta. I'm not gonna try to talk Spanish right now on the spot because I'll mess my own Spanish up. Brown algae is usually diatoms, like I just talked about. And diatoms are something that's very natural in a new tank, in a new setup, because you got a lot of silicates and phosphates and nitrates in your tank. But eventually, as your tank matures, well, when you do your maintenance and your water changes and your cleanings, just scrub that stuff off. It goes away right away. But obviously, it comes back too, right? What I mean to say is, as your tank matures and gets established, eventually it'll stop coming back. So don't worry about it too much, not causing any damage in your tank. Wipe it away, and it'll start coming back less and less and less. Debbie Lopez, welcome to Little Fry. I'm glad you figured it out, Debbie. I'm glad the link worked for you. Welcome, welcome, Debbie. There's Jeff Thompson. Heat 88 to 90 degrees. Yes, that's for the ick, guys. 88 to 90. My man Jeff has an awesome, awesome article in the Facebook group that covers everything you need to do, everything you need to know about treating ick step by step. There's if you type !group, you'll get a link to the Facebook group if you're not in there already. Go check that out if you ever have any problems with ick. Okay, I see Greg just got a sand deliver. Oh, just got a sand diver. Super cool. Okay, Greg. I like that. My man Ahmed is from the Netherlands. Welcome, Ahmed. Glad to see you here. Tracy is talking to Love, Dream, and Drone. Tiffany welcoming the new members. Thank you, Tiffany. ¿Qué pasa, Kev? That's my man, John. ¿Qué pasa? Órale. Commander Adama, New Jersey. Next tank, going back to African cichlids, what size tank do you consider as adequate for 20 fish? You need at least 55 gallons for African cichlids. If you're going to go 20 fish, I'm going to just assume right off the bat that that's quickly going to turn into probably 30. So I would say go with like a 75 gallon. I would say don't go any less than 75 gallon. That should definitely work out well for you. Jemiah Johnson is a Tank Boss member. Welcome to Tank Boss, Jemiah. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see. Michelle says, what Africans are best paired with each other? That's a tough question. The best pair, I'm going to tell you, is just their groups specifically. You would want to group peacocks and haps. Now, within those two groups, there's tons, hundreds of species within those two groups. But that's the group you want to pair. If you're going to mix them, is peas and haps. And bunas are usually kept separate for multiple reasons that we won't get into it because you didn't really ask that question. But as far as like specific individual species, it's hit or miss with every fish. You could have an angel. You could have a species, two fish that are exactly the same species. One of them is an angel and the other one is a total butthead. So it doesn't really matter. Just depends on their personality. Jemiah's back. Jesus Torres says, I have 25 parts per million in ammonia and nitrite. 25? I hope you meant 2.5. After adding prime and stability, just I do water change every day. Jesus, I don't understand your question too much. If you really have, you can't have 25 parts per million. You most likely have 2.5, but you need to stop doing your water changes every day. When you do your water changes, you are inhibiting the cycle from doing what it needs to do. You're removing the ammonia from the water, and then the bacteria has nothing to eat. So you got to stop doing your water changes, add your prime to detoxify that ammonia, and wait for it to be converted into nitrate. And when you reach 40 parts per million of nitrate, then you do your first water change. Jemiah says, I'm back. I spent 10 for the membership. Sorry it took so long. I'm glad you're back, bro. Don't worry about it. Bigger is better is in the building. Welcome, Bigger. At Tracy, I have a convict tank and I'm waiting for them to come to court. I missed a question. Tiffany says, for tank size, bigger is better. Tiffany is absolutely right. 100%. Los Angeles cichlids with the eye followers. Did that work? No, it didn't. It says you've been following the channel for nothing. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. I'm glad you tried that, bro. The I follow needs to be fixed. Fix it, Kev. I'm glad you tried it and you let me know. Stephanie says, how'd you do that? Upgrade? I don't know what you're asking, Stephanie. Maybe you're asking somebody else. Debbie Lopez says, having trouble venting cichlids. Having to get rid of lots of fish purchased that were supposed to be males. I'm purchasing fish that are over 4.5 inches. Wherever you're purchasing those fish from, Debbie, 4.5 inches that are guaranteed males and they end up not being males, stop buying fish from that place. Because at 4.5 inches, your supplier should absolutely be able to tell whether they're males or females. So go to my website, KaveManAquatics.com, click on the shop tab on top, and then scroll your way to where it says fish, and you'll see the suppliers that I use right there, and use any one of those, and those guys will treat you really great. And if you're already using one of those, I'm going to feel really foolish if you tell me you're already using them and they're sending you females. Let me know who it is, and I'll have a speaking to with them. Biggest says, Kev, how are the new fry doing? They're doing great, bro. I don't have a camera set up on them, but they are getting bigger. I actually just posted an IG reel. I posted it everywhere, actually, on all social media. I posted a new video of the fry. They're starting to get some size, and they're looking really good. Let's change this up, guys. Check out the Africans by himself. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Philippines is in the building. Lucena from the Philippines. Welcome, bro. Anthony Pride replay squad. Anthony, you're not watching the replay. We're still live right now, bro. Welcome. Agent Shadow Wolf says, hey, Kev, have you used Seachem Pristine? No, I have not. It really helps break down food that gets sucked into the filter and helps with keeping the filters clean and the tank clean as well, and your glass clean. It helps remove a lot of the sludge and grime from the tank. Pristine does help with all of that, but I haven't had the necessity to use Pristine because for some reason something I'm doing keeps my tanks beautiful. But it is a great product. Mad Max says, Kev, just noticed my haps have 3 egg-like dots on their back fins. Is this normal? Yeah, it should be. Some males do have those, I forgot what they call them. Egg spots? I think they just call them egg spots. Those little dots are totally normal. That's a good sign that your fish is a male. It's not 100% because some females do have them too. But most of the time when you see those egg spots on the, I think it's the anal fins. On their anal fins, that's an indicative of being a male. But totally cool. Jeff Thompson agrees with Seachem Pristine. Chris G says sweet. And Debbie agrees that Jeff Thompson is awesome. Let me get some of these other questions here. Will Adcock, how many cichlids should I get in a 40-gallon tank? If you mean I really like the labs, but is my tank too small? Yes, it's too small. Since you mentioned labs, you're talking African cichlids. You need at least 55 gallons for African cichlids. Yolanda, hello. Welcome, Yolanda. Louisiana is in the building. Hi, Shane. Welcome, Shane Hernandez. Dan is in Corona. Dan, I was born and raised in Corona, bro. Tell me where you're from. What street? What block? What Ave? Corona in the house. Who's that? Let me get your name so I don't forget it. Dan Cote. Let me know, Dan. I'm looking for you. Dondra says, help, please. My tank all of a sudden has so many snails. I'm not sure how to get rid of them. I've been doing weekly water changes. Also been pulling all the snails. I find I'm getting overwhelmed. I don't have a lot of experience with snails. All I do know is that you can easily get overwhelmed. Once they start growing and multiplying, it can be a big, huge hassle. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I'm sorry I can't help Dondora. Maybe somebody else in the chat has had a similar experience and they can tell you exactly what to do. We are very helpful in this chat. That's why I like it. Cody says, should I medicate new fish even if I don't see anything wrong? I usually don't, Cody. I don't auto-medicate. I'll keep them in quarantine and just keep an eye on them. But if I don't see anything wrong with them, if they're swimming fine and they're eating fine, no need to auto-medicate. Oh yeah, man, says beautiful fish. Thank you, bro. Lawanda fry in a 20-gallon and my first breeding group. Exciting. That's nice, Tara. Congratulations with that breeding group, Tara. Yolanda says, if I'm switching from ceramics to biohome, How do I do this without crashing my tank? Well, Yolanda, I actually... Did I do it just last week? I have an entire video on exactly how to do it, but I'll get straight to the point with you. If you got all that only in one filter, then you want to replace your media sparingly. I would say, depending on how mature your tank is, I don't know. But if your tank is fairly new, then you're going to want to change out about 25% of your media at a time. I would wait about a week to 2 weeks in between changing the next 25%. If your tank is very mature and established for a long time, and you know that you're not going to have that much of a problem changing media, then you could go ahead and up that to about 50%. So I did a video just the other day of swapping all my pot scrubbers out of my FX6s, and I'm switching over to Matrix because I'm doing an experiment right now. But because I have 2 FX6s, I did one entire FX6 completely, swapped everything out, the whole FX6 in one shot. But that's because I have a second FX6 on the tank. So I did 50%. So established, do 50%. If your tank is pretty new, go 25%. And I also suggest that you dose with Seachem Stability every time you change that media out. It's going to make sure that you don't have any ammonia spikes or problems like that. What sort of other fish can be put in a tank with Africans? You can put, I have clown loaches. That's the guy Mike. Welcome to Guy Mike. I have clown loaches in my African tank. I have plecos, bristlenose pleco in there. And as most of you should probably know, Gordo's in there. He's my blood parrot, and he does great with them. But that doesn't mean that every blood parrot is going to do fine in an African tank. So don't just do it just because I have it. This was a certain situation that worked out pretty well. But besides that, not really much else, Mike. You're going to have to have other African cichlids. The beauty is that they come in so many beautiful colors, you're going to have a nice diverse looking tank. Debbie says Snake River. Debbie, were you the one that had the question about the males and females? I think so. And Snake River cichlids is usually very good at sending you males when they're supposed to. So that's a new one on me. And what I do know about Snake River is that if you do get a female, take a picture of that fish when you vent them, and they will send you out a new fish. They're not just going to give you a female when you bought a guaranteed male. So if you are the same person, Debbie, I'm sorry, I forgot, that has a problem with venting the males and the females, do that. Snake River is going to take care of you. Tell them Caveman said that Snake River is supposed to take care of you. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Let me get to the bottom. Tiffany says, yes, you can have Berkshires in with African cichlids. I did. There you go. Tiffany has some more fish. Tracy says, I have 2 parrots in with my mix of American and Africans. Hey, if it works, it works. Let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Tracy says, female convict has eggs, and does the male have to be with her to fertilize eggs? I don't really know. I don't have experience with convicts, so I don't want to tell you. I don't even know if they're mouth brooders or not. I don't want to give you the wrong information. I don't know that one. That's a good question. Sorry, Tracy. Let me get to the bottom here. Dan Coe says, I like Imperial Tropicals. I like them too. They're another one of the suppliers that I use that I never have problems with. Los Angeles Cichlid says, I have too many female OBs right now. Take them to your local fish store, bro. They'll love them. Christopher says, what's up? That's a 210-gallon African cichlid tank, Christopher. Tank Ball says, Snake River sent me 2 DOA twice when after refunding me 2 separate times. Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad they refunded you. Sometimes these shippers, they can't really help how the fish are shipped to you or how long it takes or what these shippers are doing. But as long as they honor the refund system, then that's good to go. They should be refunding you if it's DOA. Kim says, I only purchase my cichlids from Snake River. They are great in answering questions and sending males. Male only if that's what I'm purchasing. That's my experience with them as well. Thanks for sharing that, Kim. Oink Master says, I have 7 blood parrots. Oh yeah, Oink Master love the blood parrots. 3 Texas cichlids and 1 fire moth altogether. They all get along great. Great to hear that. Guys, there's a proof that you can mix these guys together and they all get along great. Albert Aquatics says, did you know that if you buy beer or alcohol, if you put beer or alcohol in your tank, they can get drunk. They will die, but they'll have similar effects as humans. That's a good one, Albert. Christine says, if you have 3 wave makers in a 125 gallon and a lot. I don't know if that's a question, Christine. 3 wave makers is a lot in a 125 gallon. You don't really need that. You could get away with only 1 wave maker if it's powerful enough. I only have 1 wave maker in my 210 gallon tank. Let's switch it up here, guys. Mas Move says, thanks for helping me with my 75 gallon. Everything is fire. My pleasure, bro. Glad I could help you out. Roddy Younger says, is Chemi Pure Blue better than Chemi Elite? They're 2 different things. Or is it the green I'm thinking about? They are different. Not that one is better than the other. They have different stuff in them. I only use Chemi Pure Blue. That's the one that to me makes the water crystal clear. I think they have Chemi, is it Chemi Green or Chemi Elite? But I know they have one of them that is more for if you have plants in your tank. It helps your plants thrive. Chemi Pure Blue is not the one for plants. That's just the one that's going to help your water crystal clear. Tiffany has to leave early. No problem, Tiffany. Thank you for coming and being here as long as you did. Smash the like button before you go, Tiffany, if you haven't already. Bigger says, I have yet to order any fish online. Still nervous of DOA fish. Really, Bigger? With all the fish that you haven't purchased online yet? Bro, pop that bottle. Strip that Band-Aid off. Pull that trigger. Whatever the saying is. Do it, bro. It's fine. Most of these shippers ship overnight. You usually have to wait 2 or 3 days for processing, and then they ship overnight. And the fish should be fine. You know, you shouldn't have any problems. I've been ordering fish online for a long time, and obviously sometimes there are going to be problems, but majority of the time fish get there and they're doing fine. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, Eric Hoffman. Jeff Thompson with the let's go. Dandora says, oh, Cody, thank goodness you replied. I couldn't find your message. Would they do good in a commuting tank? Oh, that's to Cody. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm glad you guys are communicating with each other. Chris G says, how long does the Chemi Pure Blue last? It depends on what's going on in your tank, but in general, it's about a month. A month, give or take a few, maybe 45 days. But the more dissolved organics you have in your tank, like let's say the more you overfeed, the more that the Chemi Pure Blue is going to absorb and then get full faster. So that's why I say it really depends. 30 to 45 days. Evil Splashy says, how long were you in the Marines? 5 years. 5 long years. From 1998 to 2003. Great question. Nobody's asked me that yet. Thank you. Thank you, Evil Splashy. Blessed to the Caveman fam. Shout from St. Lucia. Bro, Delon, my... whoa. I can't believe I forgot what this is called. I got married, and then I went on... What is that word? I'm having a blackout right now. What do you do when you go on vacation after you get married, guys? Your honeymoon. Oh, my God. I went on my honeymoon to St. Lucia, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Can't wait to go back, bro. It was beautiful. I can't believe I forgot honeymoon. It's crazy. Ali Tweed says, I've got a Fusco that's being a real a-hole. Sorry about that. Has anyone had success with timeouts? 50-50, bro. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But if you got into the point where you're like, this fish gotta go, then you might as well try the timeout before he ends up somewhere else. You know what I mean? Doesn't hurt to try the timeout. Michelle Johnson says, when to pick up a fish from Beantown Aquatics? Since he's 20 minutes away, I picked up from a barbershop. That's cool. That's different. He had your fish at the barbershop? Okay. Hope it was a nice fish. Kiona Ponza said, what was the reason you left the Marines? My time was up. I had a 5-year enlistment. And then when my enlistment time came up, I didn't want to re-enlist because I wanted to come back home to visit my family. I already had my firstborn son at the time. And I miss New York. I miss my family. I miss my mom. I miss my friends. And I also felt that I could make a lot more money out in the civilian world than in the Marine Corps. So that's why I just decided, did my time. Let me get out of here. Let me go start my career. And it ended up working out pretty good. Glad I did it. Glad I had the experience. Michelle says, military here. Michelle, thank you for your service. DeLon says, I love to order some fish. Just afraid they don't make it here. I don't know. Oh, to St. Lucia? That's going to be hard, bro. Some people are not going to want to ship all the way to St. Lucia. Let me do this and take this off for a second, guys. Logo. Overlay. Is it this one? Okay. Get a wider view of both the tanks. We haven't done this one in a while. Let's do that one. Cheryl says, you mentioned you're married. Yes, I am. How does your wife feel about the fish? Well, she's not a fish lover. She's not into fish. And I have 2 huge tanks in my living room. I lied. I have 3. There's another one back there that you guys can't see. But it's for the channel purposes. You know what I mean? So because this is kind of a business, it's for the channel, it's to grow and to help with all the expenses we have as a family, because I do have a big family. She's okay with it. You know, it brings home a paycheck. So while she's not into the fish per se, she's also not against it because it's for a very good reason. Great question, Cheryl, putting me on the spot like that. Albert Aquatics says, does Purigen go above or below biological filtration? That depends on what type of filter you're putting it in. Above or below is not a good description. The good description is that Purigen should go after your biomedia. After. So depending on the direction that water is traveling in your filter, Purigen, any kind of chemical media should go after, except in the case of the Fluval FX series. Only because the way that the FX series is designed specifically, it's different than other canisters. So because of the design, I choose to use my chemical media in the top tray. I got this trick from my man, Jeff Thompson, the mad scientist, and I've been using it ever since, and it works outstanding. I put my chemical media and my fine filter pad in the top tray of my FX6. That way, every month or so, when that needs to be replaced, I just open up the top. I can grab the fine pad and the chemical at the same time, put the new stuff in, pop the top back on, and it's right back onto the tank. And it works totally fine with the chemical media before the biomedia in that scenario. In any other type of filter, any other scenario, it should go last. Should go after the biomedia. Chris says, thanks to all of you who have served or serving still. You're welcome, bro. We thank you, Chris. Thank you, Oink Master. Appreciate you. Tracy says, I had to move my plants around. Blood parrots took over the corner and started fighting the Honduran red points. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes you got to move plants around. Cody says, what about your kids? They into the hobby? Mine or with me? Mine or with me? Is that a question? The hobby P. Ike. The hobby like mine or with me? I'm not sure I'm not sure that's a question. But Cody, my older son is away at college. My second son is getting kind of into it. I'm starting to get him to help me do some water changes and stuff. You know, he wants to earn some money. So I'm like, help me do some water changes. I'll pay you. But he's learning, you know what I mean? He's starting to get into it. But then my 2 younger daughters, yeah, I have that many kids. My 2 younger daughters are not into it at all. Sometimes they'll go and wave at the glass, but that's pretty much their interest in the fish. Debbie Lopez says, ChemiPure Green also meant for saltwater aquariums? I don't know about that. I was under the impression that ChemiPure Green was more for planted tanks to help your plants. But I could be wrong. Never heard about it being for saltwater. Stephanie says, I have a top fin HOB and have no idea how to add other types of media in it. There's got to be a basket in it. I don't really know what the top fin looks like, Stephanie. But there's got to be a basket in it where the sponges and the stuff go inside of it. That's where you would put media. I don't know if that might be one of the filters that has a cartridge. Is that why? Because it has a cartridge, you don't know what to do with it? Those filters that use cartridges, I ought to get rid of that, Steph. I'd go with a Tidal for sure. Get yourself a Tidal 35 or a Tidal 55, something small, and you'll be way better off with one of those. El Bori Decora says, how long did it take you to become this knowledgeable fish and aquariums? I don't know. I've been into fish since I was a kid, you know, like most of us had, you know, a little goldfish in a bowl when we were kids. So I was kind of into it then, but obviously I didn't really know what I was doing back then. When I got back into it as an adult, I just started with a really small tank, and that was back in probably like 2014 or 2015 or something like that. Something like that. And I started with a small little tank, and I did my research, and you know, I watched some channels, I read some articles, I read some books, and I got good at it. And then I decided to help, you know, some of my friends out. And my friends were like, you're good at this. How do you know all this stuff? And you're good at teaching people. You're good at helping. So I was like, all right, let me record a video and see what happens. And then boom, Caveman Aquatics was born. Great question. Let me see. Where am I at? Charles Ream says, what's your opinion having Wavemaker with MOBA Frontosa? If you have a whole Frontosa tank, an entire tank of Frontosas, I would probably not go with a Wavemaker because they're kind of more calm. They're a little bit more chill. They don't want to swim around as much and be as active as the Africans are. Even though I say that I have 3 Frontosas in my tank right now, and they're doing just fine with the Wavemaker on 24/7. But I would think that an entire tank of Frontosa may get a little bit annoyed with a Wavemaker on all the time. General says, can your Wavemaker be too strong that it pulls the substrate from the back down by the 3D background? Yes, that does happen to me sometimes. Too strong that it pulls the substrate? Yes. Sometimes, if you look at my tank all the way in the left, well, the camera's kind of cutting it off. It's not doing it now. But yes, it used to pull the substrate itself, and I would get a bare bottom tank all the way in the other side because my Wavemaker was that strong. But if you adjust the power or adjust its positioning a little bit, that'll work its way out. Or every time you do a water change, just put the sand back where it was. But something that I'm realizing now, guys, with the black sand, with the black diamond sand, I think it may be a little bit heavier than the Carib Sea sand that I was previously using. Because so far, I haven't moved my Wavemaker. It's on 24/7. And so far, it's not pulling the sand on the other side. So it could be an issue with how heavy your sand is, how fine it is. That may be an issue as well. Bigger says they look cute as a juvenile size. I agree. Okay. Albert's Aquatics says, should you have a Wavemaker in a tank when you're trying to breed in Bunas? You can. The Wavemaker is not going to bother them at all. I have another Wavemaker in my 75-gallon tank over there. It's on 24/7, and those guys have been going like rabbits. So the Wavemaker is not bothering them at all. Somebody asked me that question a while back, and they were like, hey, if they drop the eggs, won't the Wavemaker like push them, and then they won't be able to get fertilized? Doesn't happen at all, because where they decide to do their little dance is usually going to be in the little pit that they create, or under a rock, or behind something where the water is kind of calm there anyway. So you're not going to have that issue at all. My guys are mating and spawning all the time, 24/7 Wavemaker. My man Chris with the $2. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. This is a great channel, Kev. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm doing my best to put out more content, trying to get more creative. I'm putting out shorts. I got a new video out coming out next week. I'm just trying to give you guys as much content as possible so we can grow and get huge. Let's get huge, guys. Let's do it. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. I appreciate it. General says, I have Black Diamond Sand as well. I'll wait until the members only live stream to talk about it more. Okay, my man General knows about the members live stream. You know we'll get into it in full detail over there, bro. Angelica C says fluval stratum. I don't know what that is. Fluval stratum lowered my pH. I don't know what that is, but okay. 5.5. That's way too low, Angelica. You could possibly crash your cycle at 5.5. My tap water is around 7. Can I add aragonite sand on top of part of the stratum to bring the pH up? Absolutely. I don't know what stratum is. Maybe that's a type of substrate. I'm sorry, excuse me. If it is a substrate, yes, you can add the aragonite sand right on top of it, and the aragonite is going to help raise your pH. I see $9.99 from Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for answering my question. Anytime. Still trying to learn everything, but your vids have helped so much. I'm glad that they're helpful for you, Stephanie. I'm glad that you're learning more about the hobby. This hobby is a never-ending learning process. Like I said to a couple of questions, I don't know everything either. I don't have the answers for everything. I still learn new things every day, and that's the beauty of this hobby. Things also change in this hobby. We learn new things. New experiments happen, new tools come out, new equipment comes out. So that's why I love it. It's like ever-ending, evergreen learning. I love it. But thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Aaron says, how long did it take your juveniles to reach adult coloring? That's kind of a tricky question because my juveniles they had color already. Juveniles have color. When your fish reach about 3.5 inches, they should be getting some color already if they're males. The males should color up. Chris G says, what day is member live streams? They used to be on Tuesday. I recently changed them to Wednesdays. So every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time are the member only live streams. And I always post in the community board and let you guys know. And I put it on Facebook. I make sure you guys know when the members only live stream is coming up. My man Brandon Lester. Thank you, Brandon, for the $10, bro. More power to you. I appreciate you. Can you put too much coral rock in a cichlid tank? You just answered your own question. Your pH is at 8.4. That's pretty high, but that's a great spot for your African cichlids. So the more coral rock you put, you're going to continue to raise that pH, and you don't want to go way too overboard. So yeah, you can put too much. You could put too much aragonite. You could put too much crushed coral. You could put too much of anything. And yeah, that pH is going to continue to rise. So unless you got like Tanganyikan cichlids, if you have Tanganyikan cichlids, you'd want to raise that pH even a little more, almost to 9.0. But if you got regular Lake Malawi cichlids, which most of us do, peacocks and haps and mbunas, you could stick to that 8.4 right there, and your guys will be good. Thank you for that $10, bro. I appreciate you. Katawa says, what is the gray and yellow African cichlid that's very active in there? Gray and yellow. I have no idea, bro. Gray and yellow. That could be my Rhodesi. Gray and yellow could be the Rhodesi. That might be him. They're all very active in there, bro. Hard to tell. It's Bimmerman. It's Bimmerman says, where to go? Hi, Kev. Fresh vegetables for you. Fish sometime? For my fish? I've tried that, bro. I've tried cucumber. I've tried zucchini. And I think one other one. And I tried pumpkin, and they just don't want it. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. I put it on a fork. I let it sink to the bottom of the tank. I leave them alone. And they just really don't go at it. They're not interested. I think they're too trained already on the pellets and the shrimp and everything else I give them. So they're not really into it. The vegetables they do eat are the Norfin veggie formula. I feed that so they do get some veggies in their system. Ali Tweed with the $1.99. I appreciate you, Ali. Thank you for that. Cool super chat or super sticker. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a sticker. But appreciate you, bro. Wow, this thing is moving slow. I clicked that a long time ago. John Doe says, I'll be gone for 22 days on vacation. Wow, okay, that's a long time. I'll have an automatic feeder. Okay. The problem is water changes. No, not a problem, bro. Will it be okay for my 75-gallon Mbuna tank to get 22 days without a water change? I have 35 Mbuna. Wow, 35 Mbuna in a 75-gallon. I hope you're over-filtrating already. You should be over-filtrating. That feeder, bro, I think you should put it at its smallest, slowest setting possible. Because you don't want to be feeding them that much for 22 days without a water change. If you could set that thing to feed them once a week, do it. Feed them once a week if you can. I don't know how automatic feeders work because I never use them. And normally I would say don't even bother. Just go on your vacation and come back. But 22 days might be right on the line of being too long. So set your feeder, or if you can, set it to only feed them like twice or 3 times during your whole vacation. Because you don't want that much food to start creating much more ammonia and making the nitrates rise for 22 days without a water change. Because you do have a lot of fish in that 75-gallon. That's my advice to you. Make sure you do a big water change before you leave. And if you can, set that feeder to as slow as possible, bro. I got $3 super sticker from Charles. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. I like that little birdie. Thank you, Charles, very much. My man Carlos Madrano just subscribed. It didn't give me the message up here, but it told me down here. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for... Oh, it's a subscription. Okay, that's why I didn't get the notification. Glad you subscribed. Let's switch it up here. I haven't shown you guys the Americans too much. Let's check these guys out. My man Flaco Dos is doing pretty good. Tiger Oscar's still in there. Guys, you guys know that he ate my guy Eddie the other day. And I was really mad at him. Really mad. For those of you that are unaware, my electric blue Jack Dempsey, my beautiful electric blue Jack Dempsey, got eaten. And it was the Tiger Oscar. And I've been contemplating since that day whether it's time to remove that Oscar from the tank. Because I do have other small fish in there. I got clown loaches in there. And some of my geos, some of my geophagus are also pretty small, same size as the electric blue Jack Dempsey. So it could happen again. And I'm almost sure that it will. But I've been keeping my eye on that guy. I've been keeping an eye on him. Let me get back to the questions here. Rick says, I think they were talking about your Abucachrome is the gray and yellow active fish. Yes, that is the Rhodesi. That's the Rhodesi, the gray and yellow. I got $1 from Love Dreaming Drone. Thank you, Love Dreaming Drone. Appreciate you. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, Rob. It's all right, Stephanie. It happened a while back. I'm over it now. It was tough. DeLon feeds his kale every now and again. Kale is great. Glad that they're eating it. Okay, Love Dreaming Drone says, so with ammonia at 2 parts per million, UH3, I think you meant NH, maybe you meant NH3, is 0.05. Should I stop the water changes until it subsides? Yes. Don't do any water changes, Love Dreaming Drone, until your tank has finished cycling. Every time you do a water change, you're removing that ammonia and that nitrite, which your bacteria need. Yes, it's bad for the fish, but your bacteria need it. So you want to keep it in the tank. But that's what the prime is for. The prime detoxifies it so that it stays in the tank so your bacteria can eat it, but it makes it safe for the fish. So stop doing your water changes. Use prime and stability because stability is going to help build your bacteria faster. Stop doing water changes until you reach 40 parts per million of nitrate. When you reach that level of nitrate, that means that you've got a good amount of ammonia and nitrite being converted. That tells you that you have now grown that bacteria in your tank. So that's a very good sign. That's when you do your first water change and then you test again. If you still have ammonia or nitrite at that point, then just continue those daily dosages again until you reach that nitrate level again. By the second time around, you should absolutely be cycled. Brandon Lester with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Brandon. What if my water from faucet is very soft and pH very low? I have to buff it every time. Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do, Brandon. If you're dealing with soft water and you're keeping Africans, you got to have some type of buffer in your tank. Aragonite sand is going to be one of the best ones. You could use crushed coral as a substrate as well. That's going to buffer your water. Limestone rock is going to buffer your water. You could use Seachem's Malawi buffer if you want to dose buffer every time. But yes, you're going to need some kind of buffer in your tank to get that water harder and raise your pH level. I just heard something behind me. I hope these guys aren't acting up. They're hungry, guys. I know that they're hungry. That I can tell you for sure. Yes, you're going to have to add stuff to buffer your water and get that harder. Your Cichlid Lake Salt, Malawi Cichlid Lake Salt is going to help in hardening that water. And the Malawi buffer is going to help in raising your pH. So you could use those two or those other substrates that I mentioned. Those are very good natural sources. 99 cents from Emmanuel Estrada. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the super chat. $5 from my man Brian. Thank you, Brian. Hey, Kev, new to the hobby from Florida, and your videos have helped a ton. I have a 75-gallon Peacock Hab tank. Do you recommend a heater brand for my tank? So thank you for that $5, Brian. I use a regular, like, no-name brand, cheap kind of heater off of Amazon, and it's got great reviews. I got like 4 of those heaters, and I haven't had a single one go bad on me yet. Knock on wood. I did also have one day, I had a Fluval heater, big name brand, right? And that thing ended up popping and blowing, and it short-circuited my power strip, and it shut the whole living room off. All the tanks in my living room had no power because that heater popped the breaker. So I woke up in the morning and I realized that I wasn't hearing bubbles. I wasn't seeing things normally, whatever it was that made me realize that stuff was off, and I freaked out. So after doing some tests and plugging things in, I even grabbed my generator and I plugged the tanks in right away. And then I started kind of investigating what it would be. I narrowed it down to my 75-gallon tank. And once I narrowed it down to the tank, I started checking the tank out, and that's when I saw the Fluval heater was popped. And it was creating a short circuit in the water, but luckily the power strip popped, and it popped the whole breaker actually, not even the strip. So the big name brand heater broke on me, and the cheap ones from Amazon, they're doing pretty good. I got a link in my shop to the ones that I use. You can type !shop, and a link to my shop will pop out right there, and you can find the ones that I use in my shop. That was from Brian. Thank you, Brian. A-Coop says, however, I have fry in my tank. Should I remove them? iParenting is very strong. What? iParenting is very strong. I can't really get to them right now. I don't know what you mean your parenting is very strong. I missed the beginning part of that question, bro. Sorry. Sean, what's up, bro? Brandon, so back to the coral question. Talk to me, Brandon. I don't know what that coral question was. Or ask it again. I see you. You're bright and green over here. I don't know why you're so bright and green. Maybe because you're a member. That's cool. Mr. Jose says that Oscar would have been in the Hudson River, Kev. Eddie was beautiful. Bro, I hear you. And trust me, when I got home and I saw that thing in his mouth, I don't want to sound bad right now, guys. I'm going to just tell you, I'm an emotional guy. We all get emotional, right? Because I did love Eddie very much. I was literally hoping that he choked on that fish. I did not even, it was too late to try to pull Eddie out of his mouth. It definitely was too late. But I was like, you know what? I hope you choke on him. Mean thing to think at the time. But I got over it. It's not his fault, guys. It's not his fault. What I had to realize, they're animals and they get hungry. And even though I'm feeding them the way that I should, you know, the guy's got to eat. He doesn't know that Eddie's his brother, his little brother. So it's not his fault. Can't be mad at him. Brian with another $5. Brian, thank you so much for answering my question. I'll look into them. Can't wait to meet you at Aquashella next year, hopefully. Maybe before that, Brian. Maybe before that. We don't know yet. Still up in the air, but there's another Aquashella coming soon. In Dallas. Let's see, where am I at? Jeff Thompson says fish loss is hard. My man Jeff has recently lost one of his very, very old friends. One of his Oscars. So we hear you, Jeff. In this hobby, you get attached to these fish more than you think you would. And when you lose a guy that you really, really like, man, it's tough. So we all have to bear that. That's the part of the hobby that's we all gotta deal with. No matter how knowledgeable you are, no matter how well you keep your fish and you keep your tanks, sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you have no explanation. Sometimes they get old, you know? And we got to deal with it. We outlive our fish. So we're the ones that got to deal with losing them. Kay Kennedy says, best way to deal with algae bloom, you're going to want to reduce your light, first of all. 8 hours or less. If you already got a good algae bloom going in your tank, then go 6 hours or less. You're going to want to reduce your feeding. Feed much less, because if you're overfeeding, all of those phosphates in the tank are going to help the algae grow. And then your ammonia that gets converted into nitrate from your fish are also going to help your algae grow. So try reducing your feedings. And finally, the last really, really good one is to get yourself a pleco or any other type of algae eating fish. A bristlenose pleco specifically stays about 5 inches, and he's going to do great at keeping that algae at bay. I have a whole video on that topic too. Search Caveman algae, and you'll find a cool video on the whole thing. Mark is following from Malta. Is that Spain? Is that Malta, Spain? I've been there, bro, and it's beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Mark. It's got to be super late over there, bro. Brian said shop. Did it tell you? Yes, it did. I love when the bot is working. Check the shop out, Brian. Glad the bot is working well. General 51 asking for a quote. Did that work? Oh, quote is on a cooldown, bro. You can't use it too much. Oh, I see it up top. Quote number 1. Let's go. I see the quote. Let's go. I'm glad you guys are learning how to use these things. Jeff Thompson has 110 caveman points. How can I lower my nitrates when my tap water comes out at 40 parts per million? Wow. Okay, Rick, that's going to be a problem for you. Your nitrates are already that high. But one thing you definitely need to try is putting live plants in your tank. Whether you like them or not, live plants is going to be your answer because they're going to attack those nitrates right away. That's really high nitrates to be coming out of your source water. I'm currently doing a test on Seachem Matrix to see if eventually it can grow anaerobic bacteria to help in reducing nitrates level. I'm not there yet, guys. It's going to be months before I get my findings on it. But if it works, I'm going to make a video and let you guys know. And then you could try that as well. That's definitely going to help too. Quote number 4. The goal is 100K. Let's crush it. That's right. I forgot that I put that in there. That is the goal, and we're getting close, guys. We're almost there. Oink Master Supreme says, I take this whole thing so seriously. I named each one of my assassin snails. All seven of them have names. That is pretty serious, Oink Master. A few of my guys do have names, but not all of them. But I hear you. I hear you. This is the attachment we have. These guys are our pets. That's the nature of the hobby. Cheryl says, do you have a dream fish or tank that you haven't had yet that you might be working towards having in the future? Not necessarily a dream fish or tank, but I do have my eye on a couple of things that I do want to do. In the future, I do want to try a discus tank. I really like discus as well. So I may have a tank like that in the future. I do want to try to get my hands on one of those illegal arowanas that I can't really have, but I do want one anyway. You might never see a video of it. I may not put that on my channel, but I might still have one. But as far as a dream tank goes, I'm really looking forward to one day having an 8-foot tank. I'm kind of very used to these 6-footers right here. So the 6-footers are great, but I really want an 8-footer one day. That's kind of like a little goal, which I will have. It will happen one day. And I know what a lot of you guys want to hear. Yes, I am heavily considering starting a saltwater tank someday. But I need to get the space first. So give me time. But the saltwater tank is being heavily considered. Heavily. Chris says it's hard to name them all. All right, guys. Let me see what time it is. All right. We still got plenty of time. We're doing good. Michelle has become obsessed. Just like the rest of us, Michelle. Welcome to the hobby. You are not alone, Michelle. Ray says, what size tank are you frying? When will you put into a bigger tank? So after they left the tumbler, I put them in a 5-gallon tank. And then after the 5-gallon tank, that they started to show signs that they were swimming around freely in the 5-gallon and they were eating well, then I moved them over into the 20-gallon. So they're in a 20-gallon right now, growing out in the 20. I wish I could show them. Maybe I'll try. Let's see if I can show you them right now, guys. For those of you that haven't seen them, I'll show you the fry on this camera. Check them out. They're down here. Those are the fry in the 20-gallon right now. You see they're getting some size and they're pretty active. But this is what I'm considering their 20-gallon grow out tank. And I'll see how big they get, how stuffed they get in here, because there are a lot of them in here. And then I might move them over to my 75-gallon to finish growing out over in the 75-gallon. Put that back. Let me make sure that it's right. So you can see the tank completely. Yes. Okay. Good question, bro. Was there more to that question? Well, it's gone now, so I don't know where it went. Jeff says, go 10-foot, Kev. Yeah, so easy for you to say that, right, Jeff? My man Jeff has a has a 600-gallon or whatever it is, 1,000-gallon pond, 600-gallon tanks. I'm sure it's easy for you to tell somebody to go 10 foot. Let me go to the 8 first and enjoy and indulge the 8 foot, and then maybe I'll catch up to you with a 10 footer. Johnny Boy, what's up, Johnny Boy? Welcome, bro. Commander Adam, New Jersey, U.S. drinking water standard for nitrate is 10 parts per million. Yes, that may be true, but we don't know where that guy is from in the world. I would double check testing kit or directions, otherwise call water purveyor if in the U.S. and on public water. Yeah, he might not be in the U.S. That's why I say 40 parts per million is pretty high, and I'm sure there is some kind of standard of what it's supposed to be. But he may not be in the U.S. But thanks for that information, Commander. Appreciate that. Super Swell says, if I move to Canada, you can have any arowana. I know that Joey from is it DIY? Joey from DIY, King DIY. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. No disrespect to Joey. He has a huge channel, but I know Joey has some cool arowanas that we cannot get here, but because he's in Canada, he could get them, so it's pretty cool. Trying to think, King DIY or DIY King Aquarium, something like that. You guys know Joey. Humble just got a 75. Congratulations. Michelle says, where do you buy your tanks? I got both of my big tanks. My 75-gallon I got from PetSmart. It's the one they sell over there. And my two bigger tanks I got from a local warehouse here in New York. They are a franchise, and they have a few stores in the New York or in the tri-state area only, I think. They're called petswarehouse.com. If you check out petswarehouse.com, you go straight to the website and check them out. You can order any tank you want from them, but they only deliver to their store, and then you have to pick up from their store. That's why I'm saying that they're mostly local to the tri-state area. So if you're somewhere else, they're not going to ship to you. They only ship to their store. But try it out. You never know. I haven't been there in a while, and I don't know how much they're growing and expanding. Talking a lot hurts your throat, guys. My man Carlos Madrana from Long Island. Thank you, neighbor. Thank you for the $5, neighbor. Thank you for the content from Long Island, New York. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate it. Commander says, by the way, watching your live stream on Living Room TV, it's like another tank. Enjoy the stream and the camera views. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That is true, right? I love when some of you guys put pictures in the Facebook group or whatever of like watching the new video on the TV. I love it. That is beautiful. I love it. Do that all the time, guys. I love to see it. Let's start doing that more often because I love it. That's great. Patrick says, smash the like button, guys. Smash away if you haven't already. We should have a ton of likes by now. Cody says, is there a way you could get an Asian arowana legally? Not in the U.S. I've heard people say no and yes. It's always confusing. Asian arowanas are illegal in the U.S. Doesn't mean that you can't get one. Doesn't mean that people don't have them, but they are illegal. Jeff has 135-gallon African, 600-gallon South American, Central American, and a 7,000-gallon koi pond with 440-gallon waterfall tank. Jeff Thompson is the mad scientist. Yes, sir. My man Jeff has tons of water, tons of tanks. $1 from Love Dream and Drone. Thank you, Love Dream and Drone. I assume that a question is coming. Yeah, so I already see what you're doing, Love Dream and Drone. Thank you for that $1. You're making me aware of your question, but I think you can. I think you're maybe choosing Super Sticker. If you choose Super Chat, you can actually write your question in the Super Chat. That way, I don't miss it when you ask it. But thank you for the $1. Would you quarantine narrate snails, mystery snails? I don't have any experience with snails. Sorry, I can't help you on that one. I'm not a snail guy. I've never had an infestation, so I don't know what to do with them. J Speedy 08 with the $5. Thank you, J Speedy. Caveman, you're great videos. Learned a lot from you. 2 questions. Would you buy fish 3 to 4 inches? Yes. Or 5+? Yes. When do you know when to size up food pellets? That's a pretty good question. It's kind of like to the field. Yeah, I'd buy 3 or 4 and I'd buy 5-inch plus. But in my case, it's because I have extra tanks where my 3-inch guys can go in the 75 gallon and I can keep them there growing out for a while before they go into the big tank with the 6-inch plus guys. So I have the choice. Sometimes you can get the 3-inch guys at a great price. So I've done that before. I bought a batch of like, 8 or 9 3-inch guys and put them in the grow out. I actually did that with my breeding group. They were all like 3 inches or something when I got them. But I would also buy 5-inch plus too, and quarantine them. And then when they're done with quarantine, they'll go straight into the big tank with the big boys. When do I know when to size up the pellets? I just picked one day. I was using the 3mm. We're live, guys. I'm gonna show you live. So, let me slide back. That was a good stretch. So I've been using the Norfin 3mm, right? And I thought the 3mm, guys, was the biggest one they had. Is it focusing? Nope, it's not focusing. Let it focus. Whatever, you guys know what it looks like. That's the 3. I thought it was the biggest one they had, and then I found the jumbo bag. 4mm jumbo bag. And it's got a big old frontosa on it. Still Norfin brand. And this 4mm one, I decided to just try it. I was like, these guys are so big and they eat these things so much. The 3mm, I was having to put like, for these guys, I was having to put like 3 teaspoons, sometimes even 4, for them to really, for all of them to get enough, because I would put it and it would disappear in a matter of seconds. But then I said, let me try the 4mm. And when I tried this one, with this one, I only need to put 2 tablespoons. And that's more than enough. Because they're so big, I guess they take up more space in their mouth. And then I noticed that there's some pellets around the substrate. They don't scoop it up as fast as they do this one. So that's a good sign for me that the bigger pellets work better, that I can feed less of the bigger pellets. And they're still all getting enough. Good question, bro. Who's that? Jay Speedy? Good question, Jay Speedy. Where are we going? Love Dream and Drone said, it's not working in the super chat. I don't see the spot to write. Okay. It's got to be something on your end, Love Dream and Drone, because you see other guys are super chatting and they write their question right there. Sorry you're having trouble, but got to be something going on. I don't know what it is. But if it's not working, then no problem. Do it the way you've been doing it. I'll see your question right after I see your super chat. Love Dreaming, and I see you there. Found it. Okay, I'm glad you found it. Mr. Blackie Chan says, "Yo, what was your first tank and first fish, bro? What a question, bro. A goldfish in a bowl when I was like 7 or 8, but I know that's not your real question." When my first tank, when I was an adult, when I had my own place and I was able to make my own decisions, was a 20-gallon octagon tank, a 20-gallon tall octagon, and I started with community fish. I had Goldo at the time, I had angelfish, I had some tetras, just regular community fish, and that was my first tank ever as an adult. And I quickly ended up upgrading to a 48-gallon bow front tank. And when I upgraded to my 48-gallon bow front tank, that's a whole nother story too. I said this story before about how I got into African cichlids was when I went to purchase that bow front tank. I bought it from a guy that was also upgrading his tank, and he showed me his upgrade in the other room. And when I went to the other room, he had African cichlids, and I was like, wow, what are those? And that's it. I was hooked ever since then. So then my new 48-gallon bow front tank, that guy's old tank, became my African cichlid tank. And then I upgraded from there. Great question, bro. Super Swole, how many Africans are in your it's a 210 right now. It's about, I want to say somewhere between 60 and 70. It doesn't look believable because you're seeing it on camera, so it doesn't do it as much justice as it should. But there's about 60 or 70 in there right now. But I can definitely put much more in there, and I'm planning to. Oink Master says, Gordo is the man. Yes, he is. I've had Gordo since that 20-gallon octagon tank. One day I'll find a picture of it. I have pictures of it, and I'll bring it over here to the stream. Show you guys. Stephanie says, funny how back then you could have a goldfish in a bowl. Now we all know they need so much more. Exactly. That's because as kids we don't know what we're doing, you know? But because goldfish are such hardy fish that even in terrible water parameters, even in a terrible environment, they'll last pretty long. But that's why we end up, you know, killing our goldfish as kids, because we don't know what we're doing. Tank Boss, what are those? Yes, that's exactly what I said, bro. What are those? And I fell in love. Commander says, do you get a lot of dirt behind the backgrounds? They are beautiful. No, not really. I don't get anything behind the background except for all the poop. The poop gets sucked behind the background, and I've got my 2 intakes back there behind the background, and they get sucked right out of the tank, so I love it. The substrate does not go back there. Nothing gets back there, really. It's doing great. I'm loving the backgrounds. Same thing on the American tank. Nothing gets back there, and I've got only my 1 filter intake is also behind the background there as well. Along with my heaters, and a wave maker is back there too. I put a wave maker behind the background to create some kind of flow behind the background, so the poop that does get sucked back there doesn't stay stagnant. The wave maker just creates flow behind the background. Rich is here from Northingham, the UK. Super late over there. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Thank you very much. How old is Gordo? I don't know, because when I got him, he was pretty old already. But I've had him since about 2014 or 2015. So 5, 6, 7, what are we in? I've had him for about 7 years or 8 years, something like that. But he was already adult size when I got him. Like in between juvenile and adult. I actually just posted a video on Facebook of my original 48 gallon, and Gordo's in that video, and you could tell that he's really young in that video. So maybe around 8 or 9 years old in total. Stephanie says those pink guys are gorgeous. Which pink guys? Oh, you're talking about the Severums, the red spotted Severums. They're actually orangish. If that's the one you're talking about, or you may be talking about those other albino Oscars. I'm not sure. Vibes is over here trying to sell his tank in Louisville. General says, I'm still waiting to know if you're going to crossbreed with your lemon jakes. Might drop an OB with the females. So, General, some of those fry that are in there right now are crossbred already with the OBs. I stripped the lemon jake female. That's going to be straight lemon jake. And I also stripped 2 OB Taiwan reefs. So those female OB Taiwan reefs, those fry are crossbred with the lemon jake male. So I'm dying to see what those guys end up looking like. That's going to be beautiful. And to answer the next question, no, I'm not selling any of the males. I'm keeping them. They're going in the big boy tank. Females are going to the local fish store. $5 for my man Brandon Lester. Thank you again, Brandon. Will one FX6 run a 150 tank with 2 sponge filters and a wave maker on it? It depends on how many fish you got in the tank. And this is why I say this, Brandon. My 210 over here has 2 FX6s because the tank is overstocked and I'm planning to overstock it even more. So I need 2 of them. But in the 150, in the American Cichlid tank, I've only got 1 FX6 on there. And that 1 FX6 is enough for that tank, mainly because I don't have too much fish in this tank. There's not that many of them. So that 1 FX6 is more than enough. As you can see, the water stays crystal clear, and I don't have any problems with any ammonia spikes or anything like that. So that's why the answer to your question has to be it depends. If you're going to keep African cichlids in that tank and overstock it, you might need more than 1 FX6 on that 150. Hope that answers that question. $1.99 from Yolanda. Thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda M. Taylor. How do you get Oscar color to pop? Feed them good food. Keep their water super clean and hope that they have good genetics and their color will pop. I also feed supplements with my food. I use, real quick, Garlic Guard, Vitachem, Seachem Nourish, and what was the last one? Zooplankton. Those 4 supplements I add to the food and I feed them that at least 2 to 3 times a week. Not going to say I feed it every day because sometimes I don't. I get a little lazy. But 2 to 3 times a week, I do give them that, and that helps their color pop. Same thing with the Africans. I give them that. Colors pop. But the main thing is to keep good, clean water. Keep the water fresh and healthy for them, and they will pay you back with their beauty. Anthony says snails eat fish poop. They will reproduce to keep up with the bioload of your tank. That is true. That's one thing that I do agree with snails. You may, when you have that infestation, they keep on reproducing, is because something's going on with the nitrate levels in your tank, the accumulation of the physical waste, the organic, the dissolved organic waste in your water. So all those things are what are going to cause snails to continue to reproduce. John says, when am I getting Eddie dose? I don't know, bro. The thing now is, the reason why I got Eddie to begin with was because I got everybody else in this tank small just like he was. They were all the same size. For me to get 80 dose at this point and put him in there as small as they usually are when they first start out, it would be risky, right? Because he could just get eaten again. And the electric blue Jack Dempseys grow really slow as well. So because they're slow growers, I was hoping that Eddie was going to catch up to everybody else, but he was just staying small for so long. I don't know if I want to start that process over again. But I know my man Tony Connell, from the moderators in the Facebook group, me and him got an electric blue Jack Dempsey at the exact same time. And his Jack Dempsey grew massively, grew very fast and very, very big. So it's possible, too, that he may have had a male and Eddie might have been Edina. I don't know. Maybe Eddie was a female. I don't know. He never got big enough for me to try to even vent him. So, tough question, bro. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Debbie says, what is your recipe again? I'm not certain that I'm mixing correctly with the Norfin Cichlid veggie and krill mixture with the garlic, oil, the vitamin, and the zoo stuff. I can't remember the name of it. So, Debbie, first thing I'm going to tell you is write this down. Caveman food. That's it. After the stream, not now. When we're done here, after the stream, go to YouTube and search Caveman food, and you're going to find my video, and you can watch that anytime you want, anytime that you forget. But real quick, I'll tell you again. It's any one of the formulas, the regular cichlid formula or the veggie or the krill. I don't mix all three of the formulas together. I pick one. So just one specific formula. And then I mix in zooplankton, Vitachem, Garlic Guard, and I used to use Vitality, guys, but I'm switching my Vitality over to Seachem Nourish now. Why? Vitality, for a long time, I was under the impression that Vitality had vitamin C in it and Nourish did not. Those were the only differences between Vitality and Nourish. Seachem does advertise Vitality as being for saltwater tanks, but you can absolutely use it for freshwater as well. The important ingredient was the vitamin C, which I never saw in the Nourish. But after becoming a Seachem ambassador and now, having open dialogue and conversating with them, I was informed that Nourish does have vitamin C in it, even though it's not listed on Seachem's website or on the bottle. I don't think, not yet. But Nourish does have vitamin C in it. And what makes Nourish specific for freshwater fish is the iodide. The iodide that's in Nourish is a very good element or a very good mineral for freshwater fish that is not found in the Vitality. So that's why I switched over to Nourish. I am going to make a whole video one day on why I switched, but since we're here, I figured I'd let you guys know. Eddie 2 is an excuse for maybe a new tank. I love it. I love it. Any excuse for a new tank always works. It's always a good reason if you could find an excuse. That was great. Who was that? That was Super Swole. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that excuse. Jeff Thompson is out. Jeff, thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. See you on the other side. See you in the Facebook group later on. G Bear says, electric blue Jack Dempsey. I watched the school grow huge. Okay, the guy's answer was feeding them baby mollies. Wow. I've never seen them get huge. But that's new. Thank you for that tip. I gotta look into that. Thank you, G Bear. General says, I've had my fry since December. What time is it, guys? 7:40. We're gonna start the giveaway here soon, guys. Don't go anywhere. Check your points. Make sure your points are still accumulating, guys. And we're gonna start the giveaway in about 10 minutes. All right? What was the question? Where was it? General, I've had my fry since December, and they were an accident. I didn't know I had a female in the tank, so I have no clue what they're going to look like. Okay, because you don't know who did the fertilization, so it's gonna be a nice surprise. So that's cool. It's cool watching them grow, though, right, General? You never know what colors are gonna pop out. That's the cool part. Cody says, where's a good place to order glass tops for tanks? My glass tops came with my tanks, so I can't really help you out with that one. I got them from the same place as the tanks, petswarehouse.com. You could try them out. Maybe they might ship the glass tops to you. They won't ship the big tanks, but maybe they'll ship the tops. Petswarehouse.com, Cody. Oinkmaster says, I've only had my blood powders for 8 months, so I have no idea how well they are. Or how old they are, you probably meant? I think so. Dean says, advice to get nitrates to overcome the nitrites. Stability, bro. If you still got nitrites in your tank and you got fish in the tank, you need to dose with prime and stability until your nitrates get up there. Once your nitrates get up there above 40 parts per million, do a water change and test again. If you still got nitrite in there, continue the daily dosing, prime and stability. Cheryl says, do you have any cats or dogs or furry pets, or is it just fish? It's just fish for now, but a dog is coming soon. And I'm very heavily considering starting a dog channel because I love dogs. I love them. I used to have 2 pit bulls back in the day before I had my kids. And they were beautiful, beautiful dogs. I loved them to death. I had them super trained. They were super sweet. The nicest guys you could ever see. Don't believe the hype about pit bulls, guys. Pit bulls are only bad if their owners raise them to be bad. You could have some sweetheart pit bulls, and my guys were sweethearts, but I had to give them away when I started having kids because we didn't want the fur, the hair all over the house with the babies, you know what I mean? So, but they're coming back. Dog is coming back soon. Maybe not pit bulls. I'm not saying I'm getting pit bulls, but might have a dog soon. Everybody's checking their points. I like it. Bigger says, I should get a cane Corso. I don't know what that is. Yolanda has pits. Nice. And she loves them. I love it too. Debbie said, Facebook crucified me when I told him I had stripped my female. Did you have the same problem? Why would they be crucifying you? You could strip females. It's a choice. It's a preference. And there's actually a good reasons for stripping your females. One good reason is that while the female is holding these eggs in her mouth for all this time, she's not eating. And it could take 3 weeks to a month of her holding the eggs in her mouth, and she won't eat for almost a month. Not eating can make her weak. And when African cichlids are weak, the other Africans can pick up on that. And they may even attack her for being weak to push her down the totem pole of the hierarchy, and she could end up dying. So that's why it's a good reason. That's one good reason to strip the female so that she's able to eat. Another good reason for stripping the female, which happened to me, is that if you're not around when she decides to spit them out, well, number one, if she's in the main tank with the rest of your guys, forget about those fry. The other guys are going to eat them. But even if you got her separated into her own tank, if you're not around when she spits them out, again, she's been hungry for a month. She may eat her own fry. That's exactly what happened to me with my first batch. With my first female, I decided to put her in her hospital tank by herself, and I said, I'm just going to let her spit them out on her own. Well, I went away on a 3-day weekend, and when I came back, she was not holding any eggs anymore, and there was a bunch of poop in the tank. Where'd that poop come from? I wasn't feeding her because she's not eating while she's holding, so I had never fed her, but all of a sudden there's poop in the tank, and there's no fry. What does that tell you? She ate them. So those are good reasons for stripping the fish. Now, as I say that, there are people that prefer to not strip the fish for their own reasons, and that's okay too. Nobody should be crucifying anybody for the way they prefer to do things. In this hobby, There's a million ways to do one thing. And if it works for you, keep on doing it. Don't let anybody tell you that is wrong. Unless you're doing something that's going to kill your fish. Then you might want to take some advice. Anyway, moving on, guys. Mahamud says, do you dose Seachem stability only for 7 days or until the tank is cycled? I did make a video where I said dose it for 7 days because that's what it says on the Seachem bottle. But I've learned with some experience, some tanks will take longer than 7 days to cycle. So the proper amount of time to continue dosing the stability is until you reach 40 parts per million of nitrates, do your water change, and test. If after your water change, you still have ammonia or nitrite in your tank, then you're going to continue dosing prime and stability again until the next 40 parts per million. That's the indication of when you need to stop. So let's say you reach 40 parts per million, you do your water change, you test, and now you got 0 ammonia and 0 nitrite. That's awesome. That means your tank is cycled. Now you don't need to dose stability anymore. All you do need is to dose prime every time you water change. But no more daily stability, and you don't need the prime daily. You only need the prime when you water change. And there's other reasons, other times when you should dose stability as well. I'm not going to go into that right now because I have a whole video on it. And my new video coming out next week goes into that as well. Let's see where we are. Dose until 40 parts per million every day. Then water change, check levels again. Yes, OG Warren is correct. Tank Ball says, looks like I'm replacing my Vitality with Nourish. Yep, definitely should. I will make a video on the whole thing to make everybody aware. I've been doing it I've been telling people about it in the group here and there, on the members only live streaming here and there. And I think last public live stream I said it as well, but I'll make a video on it. But Nourish is the way to go for freshwater fish. Are points only for members? No, Bill. Bill, you can do exclamation point, type in the chat exclamation point points, and the bot will tell you how many points you have. You're accumulating points just by being here, just by engaging with the chat, subscribing, becoming a member, all that good stuff gets you points. You're getting them, Bill. Don't worry. OG Warren says he taught me well. Yes, thank you, bro. I'm glad you can be taught. I'm glad you can learn. Appreciate that, bro. Okay, I see Louis Pritchett says, I have one 3-inch peacock that bullies everyone in the tank. So I removed him as he was attacking the larger fish and smaller fish, causing harm. And recommendations or any recommendations, or should I kept him in the tank alone? Absolutely not. If he's 3 inches and he's bullying even the bigger guys, bro, that fish is going to be a problem. Imagine when he's 5, 6, 7 inches. Get rid of him. Don't even try to keep him already. I've had that happen to me before too with a dragon blood that I had. The most beautiful dragon blood you've ever seen. Colors popping, beautiful fins. The most gorgeous fish you've ever seen. And that guy was the biggest butthole of all. He would attack everybody. And I could not, no matter how many timeouts I gave him, no matter what I tried, that guy was a butthead. A terrible, terrible guy. I remember that at one point, I had to put him in a hospital tank with another guy that I was treating, and I put a divider. I put a divider in the tank so that the two fish stay separate. And that dragon blood would be attacking the divider. No BS, guys. Attacking the divider like this, trying to get the fish that was on the other side. That guy had to go. So get rid of him now. You're getting rid of him young, so you won't miss him too much. Rosie Posey with $5, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Rosie. I really want to add some nice decor for my South American cichlid tank. Where do you get yours? Background, fake rocks. So the background, I get it from aquadecorbackgrounds.com. That's where I've gotten all of my backgrounds. In both those two tanks and in the 75, all of them are coming from aquadecorbackgrounds.com. And if you decide to purchase from them, make sure you use my code KaveMan10. That's going to give you 10% discount. The rocks that are in all my tanks came from them as well. They are not real rocks. These rocks are fake rocks. They're hollow inside, but they look super real, don't they? I love it. I love them. So check them out, aquadecorbackgrounds.com. And you're saying for your South American cichlid tank. So, okay, the background of the rocks. Got you. Hope that answered your question, Rosie. Thank you for the $4.99. Onyx says, when is Goldo going with the American Cichlids? Never, bro. I've already thought about it, and I decided that he's the man in there with the Africans. He doesn't let anybody push him around. He does whatever he wants. And on top of that, he's been acclimated to the higher pH level.
Say that again? I'm having trouble hearing you.
My watch is talking to me. Quiet. What else would I say? He's already been acclimated to the 8.0 pH level of the tank for so long. I'm not going to put him through the stress of reacclimating him to the much lower pH level that my Americans are in. My American tank is not at 8.0. I actually don't even know what it is. It's just at whatever my source water is. I don't even check it. But I'm not going to put Gordo through that stress. He's home with these guys. I leave him in there. Plus, it's like a staple of the African tank that I've got that one big blood parrot in there. I love it. Oink Master says, KaveMan, I'm so Kev. That's terrible. It's something I hope I never have to deal with. A fish being a bully to that degree. No bueno. Yeah, it happens, especially with Africans. These guys can be very bullyish. I don't know where they get their attitude from, but some of them have it. Raphael says, your Dragon Blood experience, I have it with a Jack Dempsey. Yep, can happen with them too. You're welcome, Rosie. Christina says, those rocks look awesome. Thank you, Christina. I agree. I love them. I think I did a video last week. My last video, I think I showed them. I pulled them out the tank and I showed that they were hollow inside. They're very cool. Wei says, I could watch your tanks all day long. Thank you, Wei. Let me show you all of them. Let me show you a better view. Those pink and blue ones I was talking about. Love them. Stephanie says the pink and blue ones. Oh, those are the OBs. The OBs are pink and blue. I'm assuming you're talking about the African, Stephanie. OG says Gordo definitely stands out. Absolutely, I agree. And guys, you know what? Some people have said that when you switch to black substrate, that could dim the color of your fish. I can tell you right now, 100%, you guys can see it for yourself. My guys are just as colorful as they've ever been. No fish has lost any color in the whole tank. And specifically Gordo. I wish he would swim over here to the side right now. Let me see if I can get him over here. See, that's what I got to do. They think they're getting fed. Check Gordo out. Gordo is on fire ever since I changed that substrate to black. His orange is popping like crazy, like never before. So it's a total myth to say that black substrate is going to dim the color of your fish. Absolute myth. Tracy says, my blood parrots are all up in my cat's face right now. Oink Master, forgive me. I have to amend what I said earlier. Gordo is the tank boss and the man. Yes, he is. He's like the side tank boss. I don't even know which one of the Africans is tank boss right now, but Gordo is absolutely the side boss because he does what he wants. Cody says, what's your favorite type of peacock? I never answer that question, Cody, because they're all my favorite. Just like my kids. I have no favorites. I love them all equally. Jason says, I had an all orange African in with all kinds of other Africans. He was half the size, if not smaller, but he was king of the tank out of 20 fish. He had rows of little black teeth. What? That's cool. He was a boss. That's cool. Cool. David says, we need some ASMR videos of your tanks. I don't know how would we do that? That's the sound thing, right, David? How would I create sound of the tank? I don't know. Unless you just mean like just watching the tank itself. I've thought of that, guys. I've done it before in the past. I uploaded like a 20-minute video of just the tank with some background music, and it did horribly. Nobody watched that thing. Nobody was interested. They were like, whatever. I don't think that the subscribers of my channel, you guys, subscribe to just watch fish. So because of that, you know, the algorithm doesn't work that way. Every new video I put out, the algorithm first shows it to you guys, the subscribers. And if you guys, the subscribers, aren't interested in it, then the algorithm thinks it must not be a good video. I'm not showing it to anybody else. So because you guys don't subscribe to watch fish, that's probably why it didn't work out. Okay, guys, 7:55. I hope I helped you guys out as best as I can. I'm sorry if I missed any questions, but it's time to start this giveaway. For those of you that are still here, 113 of you are still here. Check your points right now so you know how many points you have. We're going to start the giveaway. And this bucket of Matrix is going away. What's it going to cost, guys? 100 points. You need 100 points to buy one ticket. You can buy a maximum of 10 tickets. Also, if you're a subscriber, you get bonus tickets. If you're a member, you get bonus tickets. So all that stuff helps. Okay, guys? So check your points out right now. I'm going to get the giveaway started. Bear with me because this is the first time I'm doing, it's called a custom giveaway. So let's see. Let's hope that all of this stuff works correctly, guys. Let's do it. It's giveaway time. I'm going to go like this. It's giveaway time. Hope you guys like it. Guys, you know what else you could put in the chat too, guys? Let me know what other kind of stuff you would like me to do a giveaway on. What other kind of cool things could I give a giveaway on these streams? I want to be giving. I'll feel giving because you guys have been with me the whole stream and hanging out. So we'll do it. So let me go here. I'm going to go to giveaways. That's the one right there. I'm going to go start giveaway. So I believe that the giveaway has started. Now, okay, there it is. Streamlabs says, a big 1-gallon tub of Seachem Matrix. I guess I should have put giveaway there. Ready to fill the new filter on your next tank? Haha, yeah, that's right. That's what this Matrix is going, guys. I'm sure it's going to go for your next tank and your next filter. Raffle has started for viewers. Use exclamation point raffle and then the number of tickets that you want to enter. Each ticket costs 100 Caveman live points. How you get points? Biker Mike, you've already got the points if you were here during the stream. Let me show you right now, guys. While I'm doing this, this is how you get points. That's how you get points. Hopefully you've been here in the stream. If you were here during the whole stream, you should have been getting points the whole time. So let's see if anyone can actually get in the raffle. Love Dream and Drone is trying. So I think that I have to do this first. This is what I had to do last time, guys. So let me try it right here. I think I have to do this. Open raffle. Did I spell it right? Let me do that and let's see what happens. I did open raffle. Let's see if anything generates here from that. It should say like the raffle has started, something like that. Okay, the raffle's definitely started because my man Los Angeles Cichlid has 4 tickets right now. And he's the only one in there. So, however Los Angeles Cichlid did it, let them know how you did it, guys. How did you do it so everybody else can get in? Exclamation point raffle space. Try exclamation point raffle space and how many tickets you want. So Biker Mike did 1. Remember, guys, you have to have 100 points, at least 100, to purchase 1 ticket. So check your points out if you haven't already. Let's see. Los Angeles has 210 points. That's why he's in there. Okay, Oink Master, I see you. You're in, Oink Master. Oink Master has 3 tickets. So the raffle is starting to get filled up. Streamlabs wrote points. That's weird that Streamlabs did that. Why would Streamlabs say that? Okay, I see Brandon Lesser just bought 4 tickets. Stephanie is in with 4 tickets. Now you guys have got it. Now you guys got it. Love Dream and Drone is in there with 3 tickets. Frank has 105 points. So Frank, you could buy 1 ticket. And I think if you're subscribed or you became a member, you might get bonus tickets as well. Chris got 3 tickets. Tracy bought 1 ticket. General 51, 4 tickets. I love it. Let's go, guys. Get in the raffle. I'm going to give you guys ample time for everyone to get into the raffle. I want to make sure this thing works. And then we're going to pick a cool winner. 1 good winner. Can we keep our points for next stream? Absolutely, Cody. That's another thing. Your points don't ever expire. They don't ever retire. If you use them now to buy tickets, yes, you're spending them now. But if you don't use them, you keep them. Whatever you don't use here, or if you choose not to go for the Matrix and you want to save them for maybe the next stream, you will keep your points. They continue to accumulate for every single stream. Great question. I think that was Cody. Great question. That was Cody. Great question. So, Biker Mike says, maybe next time. I've been watching for an hour or so, but no points. Is it telling you that you have no points, Biker Mike? Did you check it? Love Dreaming Drone is trying to buy 13 tickets. Kevin's Aquatics. That's a great name, bro. I gotta check out your channel. Kevin's Aquatics. So Love Dreaming Drone, I think you're already in. Let me tell you. Let me show. I'll tell you guys who's in here already. Okay, there's a lot of you in here. There's 29 tickets from 9 people. 9 people are in the raffle right now. So Los Angeles Cichlid has 4 tickets. Oink Master has 3. Brandon has 4. Stephanie has 4. Love Dreaming Drone has 3 tickets. Chris has 3 tickets. Tracy has 1. General 51 has 4. And Robin has 3. So Love Dreaming Drone, you already have 3 tickets to Love Dreaming Drone. So you might want to stop posting raffle because you're already in and you probably can't buy any more. Remember, you need 100 points. So you probably already used up all your points. See, Kim has 45 points, so she doesn't have enough yet. So you might miss this one, Kim, but those 45 points will stay with you and they'll accumulate for the next one. And check out, you guys are seeing how you get points. That's the best way to get them, keep them going. But also, the longer you stay in the stream, the more points you guys are going to get. All right, guys, I'm going to give it another minute. I'm going to give it another minute or 2. Let's go to 8:02. I got 8:01. Oh, it's 8:02 right now. So we're going to go to 8:03. In 1 more minute, I'm going to close it down. Frank got in. Frank got 1 ticket. So there's a total of 30 tickets out there for the raffle right now. Jeannie, you got here late. Sorry. Go. You had some Mexican food? I'm hungry. I can't wait to eat right after this. I'm going to stuff my face. 1 more minute, guys. Probably 30 seconds left. Get in if you got them. Get in if you got them. If you don't have enough points, don't worry about it. You save them for the next stream next time. Chris, stop saying you never win anything. You might win this one. Are you in here? Yes, Chris, you got 3 tickets, bro. You might win. I don't pick the winner, bro. This is going to be totally random. You're all going to see it. All right. It's still 8:02 on my watch. At 8:03, we're going to end it, guys. Jason says that's a fair way to do it. Good luck. Thanks for the info, Caveman. No problem, Jason. Yeah, I got to be fair, you know, because obviously I know some of the people in here, and some of these people are moderators and everything, so I don't pick the winner. It's randomly from the software. It does it by itself. And you guys are all going to see because it's going to put it in the chat. Jay Speedy has 185 Caveman points. If you're trying to get in now, Jay Speedy. You got to put exclamation point points. Exclamation point raffle space however many tickets you want. So Bill, Bill, you're on a cooldown. Let me see if Bill got here before, because Bill, you said you didn't have point. When you're on a cooldown, Bill, it's because you've been looking for it too much. You can't use it that much. Let me see if I can find you, Bill. Bill. When did you ask before? It could have been 5 minutes ago, so I won't find it. All right, guys. Yep, 8:03. Humble Rasta says, can't see my points. Humble Rasta, you got to do exclamation point points. That's how you check your points. I'm going to add that to this image for the next time because it got left out by accident, but I'm going to add it to this image so everybody knows. So, Andy, you got 0 points because maybe you just got here, Andy. I don't know. Anthony says, whoops, just hopping on from a 2-hour nap. Okay, no problem. I make a good salesman. Thank you, bro. Just say some chorizo. Oh, my God. Cody, stop it, bro. I'm starving right now, bro. It's 8 o'clock. I haven't had dinner yet. All right. I'm going to end it. There's 10 people in here and 30 tickets available. It keeps saying you only have 10, Bill. That's because you only have 10. In another 5 minutes, you'll get 15. But you should be getting points for even messaging in here, too. So, you know, it's not a 100% done deal software. There might be some glitches. So I apologize for that. But I really wouldn't know how to fix that. Sorry, Bill. Hopefully it works itself out next week when we do the next live. I'll have something cool to give away too. Don't worry about it. All right. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna do it right now. It's time to end this bad boy. How do I end this? So close entries. Entries are closed. Let me see if it said that. How can I grab this? I want to grab this. There. Did it say the entries are closed? You can no longer enter the raffle. Okay, it's good. So entries are closed. Guys, I'm going to pick the winner right now. We're going to pick one winner out of these 10 people. Only 10 people got in there, but there's 30 tickets from the 10 of them. Pick winner, and the winner is going to be Frank Guerra. Frank Guerra is the winner. Let me see if I put it in the chat. Frank, if you're here, guys, don't leave yet because you have to still be here in order to redeem it. If Frank is not here, I got to pick a new winner. So let's see if it put it in there. Points, Downer, Super. So, okay, there it is. Frank Guerra has won a big 1 gallon tub of Chem Metrics, ready to fill a new filter, your new tank. So, Frank, if you're here, oh no, it's not like the other one before. Frank is here too. Glad you're here, Frank. So there's no link to click. When I give out a shirt or a piece of merch, you have to be here in order to redeem the merch so that you can put your address and everything and then they ship you the stuff. But because this is a custom one, Frank, what I'm going to need from you, congratulations to Frank. Everybody give congratulations to Frank, bro. He made it. He's the official winner. Thank you everybody who was here for the giveaway and for the live stream. I appreciate all you guys. Frank, what I need from you is to send me an email with your information because I got to ship this straight to you. So go to KaveManAquatics.com/contact. KaveManAquatics.com/contact and send me an email there. Let me know that you won the giveaway in the stream and send me your mailing address, bro. And I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. I'm going to put this right here for you too, just in case. KaveManAquatics.com/contact. That's where you need to go. It didn't come out as a link because I didn't put HTTPS, but that's the address, and I got you covered, Frank. Guys, thank you to all of you for being here tonight. I know it's a Friday night, and it was a weird night, and I didn't know how this was going to go, but I'm glad you guys were here with me. I hope I helped you guys out as best as I could, and I hope I got to most of your questions. Thank you to everybody that left me a super chat. I appreciate that the utmost. Thank you to everybody that became a new member of the channel. Appreciate you guys so much. What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow, there's no new video tomorrow, but that's because it needs extra editing. It will come out next week. But I have been uploading a lot of shorts, guys, so check out the shorts. I hope you guys enjoy those until the new video comes out. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a good night. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.